Sup, ladies and gentlemen, football fans. This will be Discussion Time, Volume 17, Carolina Panthers 2009 season review. Without further ado, let's get at it right now. I'm going to get off the good and bad and ugly. The good were the defense. They did their thing. They played exceptionally well later in the second half of the season. I mean, go look at the 3 wins. Minnesota, New York Giants, and New Orleans. I mean, even though they were meaningless games and the Panthers themselves are out of the playoffs, at least they have pride and they didn't give up. So, and you had Thomas Davis playing lights out football until he got hurt. You got John Beeston playing pretty good football, and even though he had to go through a little bit of controversy, such as being arrested for alleged assault, which, from what I've heard, those charges been dropped. So, Julius Peppers doing his thing. So, I mean, as a Carolina Panthers fan, I want him to stay at least one more year. I hope he stays, but that's up to him, up to the Carolina Panthers. I mean, most of the fans I read on message boards, forums, and CharlotteObserver.com, they just want him gone. And they treat him like he's Randy Moss or something. It's that bad. So, now, I mean, the Carolina Panthers defense did have, did have some really, not really bad games, but they had a couple bad games, such as Atlanta, Dallas, Miami. I mean, that's a few games, That's about it. I mean, they played great football for the most of the year, so I can't knock them for too much. The bad is the special teams. I mean, Randy Crossman has got to go. I mean, they were bad last year. They're bad this year. They can't tackle. They can't cover. It's just really bad. I mean, go look at, Philadelphia, at Tampa Bay, Buffalo, Atlanta, Dallas. I mean, it's just horrible. I mean, they had some good games like Washington and Minnesota, New York Giants, and New Orleans Saints, and so forth. So, like I said, memo to the Carolina Panthers front office: get rid of Randy Crossman. He's just god awful as a special teams coach. They were bad this year. They were bad last year. Find a way to give him the pink slip. So now, for the ugly, well, the offense, and I can sum this up: Jake Delhomme, yeah. And John Fox, I like John Fox as a coach for the Carolina Panthers. I mean, he did some really good things with that franchise. The only coach to ever take that team to the Super Bowl, which unfortunately was in 2003, 6 years ago. Who's counting? But that was 6 years ago. 6 years later, there's no consistency. There's just no back-to-back winning seasons. That drives me nuts, but at the same token, it's the truth. Go look at the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, they have back-to-back winning seasons, first time in their 43 or 44-year history of that franchise. So, I know some fans were saying, who cares? I mean, they're not in the playoffs, so their season is a waste. What's the point having a winning season if you're not in the playoffs? That's fair. That's fair. So, I mean, the Jake Delhomme is about to make $13 million guaranteed next year. Did a little research. Look it up sometime. I'm not kidding. I'm not lying to you. He is. Now, I also believe that if John Fox knows what's good for him, he needs to worry about his coaching job. He needs to look himself in the mirror and say, okay, I got I have a good quarterback in Matt Moore. Some people compare him to Tony Romo. What do y'all think? So I think this will be a really good thing to see the Jake Delhomme and Matt Moore have a quarterback competition during the training camp and going to that and going to the 2010 season. So will Matt Moore be a starter? I have no clue. I have no clue. All I have to say is this. Go look at the Tennessee Titans, okay? Jeff Fisher announced that Vince Young will be the starter. And check that number out, too. Vince Young went 8-2 as a starter after the Tennessee Titans went 0-6, including that blowout in Foxborough in the snow, 59-0 to the New England Patriots. And who's the starting quarterback when they win a single game in the first half? Kerry Collins. Yeah, he took the team to the playoffs a year ago, 13-3. That's just it. That was last year. It's 2009 season. So, I mean, if John Fox knows what's best for the team, he would, just give Matt Moore the starting, just make him as a starter. That's what I'm saying. Make him as a starting quarterback. If he struggles, put Jake Delhomme in. He needs to sit. I mean, anytime you have a broken finger, a broken limb, let alone a broken finger to do Jake Delhomme, to do its job for John Fox, that's bad. I mean, if John Fox would have made that move couple months ago, the Panthers would have been at least 10-6 or 11-5, and who knows, they would have been in the playoffs. I mean, to go winless against the AFC East, that stinks. And the best game that the Carolina Panthers had was Minnesota 26-7 on Sunday Night Football on NBC. That was a great game. That caught me and some of the Carolina Panther fans off guard. Okay. That was a total team effort. I mean, the offense came out blazing, didn't come out blazing until like the later second half. The defense was playing lights out, getting after Brett Favre, and stuff in the running game made them one-dimensional, and the special teams stepping up their game a bit. So the runner-ups are the Giants and the Cardinals. The worst is the Dallas Cowboys. That's the worst game they played all year. I mean, yeah, sure, the Panthers scored a touchdown, which unfortunately that came in the second quarter before halftime during a 2-minute drill. In the second half, they couldn't score a point at all. The defense just, I don't know what happened. They just missed tackles, and the secondary getting their ankles broken. I mean, the special teams didn't help at all. I mean, it was just a bad effort for the Panthers. The runner-up, I can come up with Buffalo for the fact that they didn't score. I mean, the offense didn't score a touchdown at all. I mean, they were beating the Buffalo Bills statistically, but scoreboard matters. And in New Orleans versus the Saints, that was bad. That was really, really bad. In the second half, it's almost as if the Panthers just gave up because of the coaching staff, including the offensive coordinator Jeff Davison, likes to abandon the run. So my final thoughts on the Carolina Panthers 2009 season: it's been wacky, been weird, it's ridiculous, and I mean, they went 8-8. I have mixed feelings. I still have mixed feelings about it. Happy that they didn't go 7-9, but I'm angry for the fact that they could have won at least 10 or 11 games. It could have been in the playoff hunt by now, but hey, who knows? Or in the playoffs right now, but it didn't. It doesn't matter. So, and with that, get ready for 2010 season. I'll do a rant on the fan base for the Carolina Panthers wanting for Bill Coward. See you later.